After inventing the minivan segment over 30 years ago, it looks as if Chrysler is ready to do that again, except without the long-running Town and Country and Caravan nameplates. Meet the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. Let's take a first look. There used to be 3 different versions of the Chrysler minivan family. Today, there's only one. Dodge is no longer offering its Caravan, and the Pacifica is the only way you can get a minivan if you want to stay within the FCA group. Now, you can see with this all-new Pacifica, it rides on a completely new platform that's stronger, lighter, and a lot more safe, is what Chrysler says. This platform weighs about 300 pounds less versus the previous generation, and Chrysler says they've actually shortened the overall length. It's about 1.5 inches shorter, but 1.5 inches wider and about 1 inch taller, just to give the van a little bit more of a more aggressive, more SUV-like stance. Now, you can see the design of the front end looks nothing like the previous generation, which started out in 2008. It's basically got the same corporate front end look of the Chrysler 200 sedan. I'm not entirely sure if it works on this particular minivan style, but it's certainly different. It certainly looks more modern and upscale versus the dated-looking previous generation. Now, you can see there are 5 different trims of this all-new Pacifica. This one I'm standing to is the top-of-the-line Limited. There's also a new plug-in hybrid model that will be available in the second quarter of 2016. Now, under the hood of this new Pacifica sports the company's familiar 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. It's now been upgraded to produce about 287 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. It's made it to a first-in-the-class 9-speed automatic transmission. That's 3 more gears than most of its competitors, and of course, Chrysler is promising top-of-the-class fuel efficiency. Now, you can see around the side profile of the van, it looks pretty much like any other traditional van. Around the rear, it's got a slightly different look to it, especially compared to the previous generation. It almost reminds me a little bit of the previous generation, or the current generation Nissan Quest and Kia Sedona, with that boxy, almost SUV-like design. Now, with every other minivan in the segment, the interior is really what matters the most, and the Chrysler vans have pretty much always had their strengths when it came to ergonomics and interior features. This new one carries on those traditions. However, it introduces a new level of sophistication and luxury to the mix, especially with this top trim Limited. You can see the overall interior is pretty striking when you first sit in it. There's lots of premium materials in here, stitching on the upper dashboard, soft touch materials wherever your arms and hands are going to touch. And then, of course, the centerpiece is this beautiful looking 8.4-inch Uconnect head unit, which is one of the largest screens in the business. Now, regarding innovations, Chrysler is very proud of the fact that this van has now introduced 115 innovations in the minivan segment. I'm not going to go over all of them because it would literally probably take up the entire video just to name them, but a couple of things I'm noticing. There is a new rotary dial here for the 9-speed automatic transmission. There's tri-zone automatic climate control, heated and cooled seats. Now, if you look at the rear, Chrysler continues to offer their stow-and-go seating on the gasoline models. The hybrid plug-in model will not offer the second row stow-and-go because that's where they're putting the batteries. The rear seat, of course, obviously folds flat into the floor. You can see also there is an option for 2 10-inch touchscreen monitors in the headrests of this the driver and the front passenger seat. It is a very nice function to have, especially if you guys are used to having screaming kids in the back on those long road trips. Now, Chrysler did take a book out of Honda in the rear area, where they are introducing their stow and vac system, which is basically a built-in vacuum cleaner, just like Honda introduced in the Odyssey. We'll have to wait and see if it works any better than the one in the Honda Odyssey, but overall, I am pretty impressed with the way Chrysler has designed this interior. It's certainly very striking to look at. It's very premium, and it certainly will wow a lot of a lot of buyers in the minivan segment. The new Pacifica will go on sale in the spring of this year, with the plug-in hybrid to follow on in the second quarter, with pricing not yet announced, but I would expect it to stay close to where the current generation is right now. For Redline Reviews at the 2016 Detroit International Auto Show, I'm Sofyan Bey.